permitted in this area. Thank you for joining us for the Oregon State Women's Basketball Press Conference. We are joined at the podium today by head coach Scott Ruick and student athletes Marie Gulich and Katie McWilliams. Just a reminder before we begin to please raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll bring a microphone to you, and identify yourself and your media outlet prior to asking a question. We will begin with an opening statement from Coach Ruick.
All right. Well, I mean, hats off to Louisville. They played a outstanding game, I thought. I thought they were on point defensively, kept us off our spots early, never let us get comfortable, forced us into turnovers. I thought we survived pretty well early. You know, the grittiness defensively to make them miss some shots. We were up 4 on the boards at halftime, and it kind of felt like maybe we had some traction, you know, coming into the second half, and thought, well, we're in front of our bench, you know, we'll be able to get some momentum going, execute a little bit better offensively, but they came out and just, you know, shot lights out, and that third quarter was the ball game. You know, you got to give them a lot of credit. They have a ton of talent, well coached, and, you know, and it was, I mean, pretty much a home crowd for them. And so they rode that and created a really tough environment to play in. At the same time, it's hard to be more proud of this group than I am for what they've accomplished. You can't do it better than Marie's done it this year, and that's saying something. We've had incredible leaders, incredible people come through our program, and she's right there at the top of the list with them. And what she's meant to Beaver Nation, what she's done for this team, the confidence she's instilled in everyone, the example that she is to anyone that's watched us play. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's what it's all about. It's just class, you know, the truest word of competitor. I mean, she's the definition of it. And I'm so happy so many people got to watch her, especially the last couple weeks, when I know more eyes were on her than even before. But her example to everybody on the West Coast that's been watching for a while is second to none. It's just incredible. And so what this team's done from day one to get to this point, I mean, we just talked about it briefly in the locker room, how hard we had to push in October. I mean, we were coaching them like we were a Final Four team in October, and I think their heads were spinning like, what? Like, relax, coach, relax. Why are you pushing so hard? Because they didn't speak the language yet. They didn't understand exactly what it demanded. And then as we went through the trials, couple losses, some success. Then it all started to sink in. And about mid-January, this team hit a stride that was championship level, and they played that way throughout, and did some things that defied the odds the last couple weeks. But I don't think it surprised those of us who have been on the inside. And so it starts with Marie, but it filters through our roster, through our staff. And to be honest, I mean, Beaver Nation's been absolutely phenomenal. And I know they were back home for the most part. Those who traveled were grateful too for creating a little bit of noise for us in this building. But the people back home that we've gotten messages from, we see videos of, we're so grateful for their support throughout the year. And this is a year we'll never forget.
We will now open it up for questions for the student athletes.
Steve Bittenbender, Eugene Register Guard. Marie, looked like, they were trying to feed you the ball inside early on, and they stripped it away from you the first couple of possessions. Were you surprised at how tough and athletic Louisville's bigs were going up against you?
I wasn't really surprised. I think my game today, I wasn't poised enough, I wasn't calm enough. I think I could have handled a lot of things differently, a lot of turnovers. I wasn't really surprised. It was just, it caught me off guard a little bit, just how fast the double came, but not the athleticism like that. Yeah.
Haley Lewis, KZI. Marie, number one, thank you. Thanks for letting us watch you play. And thank you for being an example to a lot of young women who will tweet at other women in the media and say thank you. But can you maybe talk about your career here at Oregon State and the awesome teammates you get to play with and the awesome coaches you get to be underneath, and just talk about what that means to you?
Well, that's gonna make me cry. Well, the teammates I had in the past, and especially this year, I couldn't be more proud to be like a leader and a teammate for them. They made things so much easier, and everything I have experienced this year I will never forget. So I'm super proud to be like a Beaver and had the opportunity to play for like Oregon State and in front of Beaver Nation for all the 4 years. And at the time of my life, and especially the past like 2 weeks, have been amazing, and it's been so fun. So I think we could have lost differently today, but I'm just honestly just sad that it's over, because I just want to keep playing and spend more time with the girls. But I'm proud of them, and I'm proud of our team and the coaches and the way we handled things this year. So I'm overall really like happy.
Marie and Katie, both of you. Katie, first I'd like for you to talk about having Marie as a teammate. You guys didn't win the game, but she was named to the all-tournament team. Can you express your thoughts of how much you appreciate having her as a teammate? And afterwards, Marie, I'd like for you to talk about an issue also, not winning the game, but yet you're on the all-tournament team, and how much you can appreciate that.
Yeah, Marie's just obviously a great basketball player. You guys all see that, but she's also a great person, and she's been a great leader this whole year. I just remember back when I was getting recruited and I came on my official visit to Oregon State, she was like one of the first people to come talk to me. So I was on the team, so it was really special. And she's just been a great example for all of us, and just unstoppable all year long. So it was awesome to be able to play with her for 2 years.
What was the question? Sorry. Yeah, I would have never seen that coming. Once when I was a freshman, I thought I'm coming here, and in the past, like the first few weeks of my freshman year in the month, it was a struggle. So now being named in the all-tournament team is just an amazing honor, and I'm just really happy about that and really honored. And I can only thank my teammates for that. They made me better. They made me a better person. The coaches made me better basketball players and a person in general. Just appreciate the game and gave me so much basketball IQ. So I'm really proud and honored. Thank you.
Tim Sullivan, Louisville Courier-Journal. For both players, I wonder if you could compare the level of quickness and athleticism that Louisville has to other teams you've seen. Are they better or comparable, or not as good as maybe some that you play?
They're really good. The way they move the ball, they're so fast. It's hard to defend their weave their Weave offense is just incredibly fast. The way they handle the ball, they see the court. Like with that, they see the court. It's like extraordinary good. It's really hard to defend them just because you can't basically give up anything. You just have to play perfect defense. So their speed is like offensively something we might have seen with like comparable to like UCLA and some other teams, but I think it was just something else today. They were really fast.
They have a lot of threats from every position. Asia Durr and their point guard and the post inside, they're just really good all the way around.
This last 2 weekends, you've had to go up against 4 teams that really kind of have historic backgrounds as far as women's basketball goes. I think there was like 95 tournament appearances between the 4 teams. What is that going to do for the returning players coming back next year in getting you guys ready for the Pac-12 season and another NCAA tournament run?
I mean, it just gave us a lot of experience, and it just shows the level that we need to maintain for us to be as good next year. I mean, all those teams were probably all going to be in the tournament next year and continue to be good. But we just have to maintain that standard that we're going to be a tournament team again next year and just keep grinding.
Any further questions for the student athletes? You will be dismissed at this time.
Your plans for the future, if you have any right now, what are they?
I mean, I definitely want to keep playing, finishing school, and I haven't looked into that at all. I wanted to finish that season and concentrate on the things that are in the present, so I guess I just like try to figure that out right now, or like in like a week or something. I don't know. Soon. Excuse me? Yes, definitely. I want to keep playing.
Ed Peak with the AP. Katie, your team usually hits some threes, and you did hit some early. How much of effect did that have on them being able to maybe clamp down inside a little bit on the inside players?
Yeah, I think at the beginning, Kat and Taya were able to hit a few threes, and but I know that throughout the game we struggled a little bit just kind of getting those open shots, and I don't think we swung the ball as much as we have like the last few games. Just we didn't play at the type of game that we have. So, but you know, we have those shooters, and obviously we're all capable of hitting them.
You can be dismissed at this time. The Oregon State locker room will be open until 2:45. Go ahead.
I think players kind of responded to this a little bit, but I'd like to get your thoughts on it as well. Seeing teams like UCLA and Oregon on in your conference, you know, did that help prepare you for a team like Louisville, or was was it just seeing a team playing at another level tonight?
I think our conference has prepared us very well. I think tonight was a lot like USC, the way that they pressured the perimeter. They forced more turnovers than anybody else in our conference this year. UCLA probably was next in that from a defensive standpoint. They moved the ball well, which is probably more similar to Oregon, I would say. And then they shot it, obviously, extremely well. We didn't put a lot of pressure on them, though, in that. So they were very comfortable offensively because they're ahead on the scoreboard, And so that's what happens. That's what good teams do. They get up, and then they get to relax, And Louisville's excellent at playing with a lead. And so I thought our team was prepared for this game. It was a good game. I thought foul trouble obviously really hurt us. I mean, we're a much different team without Marie on the floor, and we've been able to avoid that until tonight, And so that was unfortunate, but that was obviously a huge factor in this game. When she went out, I think, it had gotten to 14, 16, somewhere there. But our offensive execution suffered, once she was out. And but I thought, like I've said every game, the Pac-12 prepares you, And so I felt like we were ready. they just played phenomenal.
Coach, everyone in your profession is chasing UConn, including Louisville, at a pretty lopsided loss earlier. Do you see them as competitive with the Huskies?
Well, I mean, we haven't played UConn this year. Did a couple years ago. I think the speed, the two things that I see as similar. They have athleticism and speed at every position, and they have, I mean, this team had 21 assists and 3 turnovers today. Not that we're a team that forces turnovers. In fact, we're the last team in the nation, I think, in forced turnovers. And so it's not what we do. We make you miss, typically. Connecticut has point guards everywhere. This team basically has point guards everywhere, and they pass the ball incredibly well. And so I think there's a lot of similarities, between the two. I don't know, from a different standpoint, I'm not sure. I know those things are both very similar. The speed that they play at, the way that they can change defenses, they can apply pressure. They're very active in the post. They're very athletic. They transition exceptionally well, and they can shoot at all 5 positions. And tonight you saw that from Louisville. So if they meet up, that would be a fascinating matchup.
Scott, what was Furing doing with Marie when she was catching them all? How did they kind of approach that matchup?
Yeah, it's interesting because the last couple games, this game had a different vibe to it to me. I mean, I felt like they were allowed to really move her off the block in this game. It just felt like it was a very physically called game. And so she's catching the ball. I mean, people are saying, why is the ball getting, why is the double team on her so quick? Well, because she's close to the guards. She was catching the ball at 10 feet, and so we had a hard time getting her deep position. And so they were able to keep her away from the basket. I thought that was impactful early in the game. We had a hard time getting the ball to her on her spots where she was used to catching it and has been. And so I thought that was probably the biggest factor for us offensively. Marie was off her spots, a little bit uncomfortable, and she's such a big part of what we do. That messes with everybody else as well. And so they did a good job keeping her away from the basket.
Coach, at a couple points, looked like you were calling for some more off-the-ball movement, and it seemed like the team was a bit sluggish at points. Is that a factor of this all the travel you've done this last week and the finals and this crazy week finally catching up with the team?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I know it's been a grind, to this point. Playing early today was hard. We shoot around at 4 a.m. our time today, and so, but that's the tournament. We're a West Coast team, so those things are going to happen when you get sent east. And so when we didn't get to host, you knew we were going to be, stretched. You add finals to that. I don't know how much that impacted us. I thought Louisville just played a great game.
Coach, when you take a look at what you've accomplished this season and you look forward to next season, what are some of the strong points that you're looking forward to next year?
Yeah, I don't see any weak points. I'm so proud of this team, and I just told them that. I said there's no good ending, but what we've accomplished this year and the way we've accomplished it is it's incredible. It's really incredible. The lessons that they've learned, and when you have a championship culture built, you just hope that it gets passed along and it continues. And we're in year 8 of our program culture, and it's really strong. And Marie kept it going, and I'm so thankful to her. And this team fell in line with her, and they do everything right. I was talking to our security that was just at our locker room, and he says, "Coach, this is the nicest group we've ever had come through here." And that means a lot to me. Now, you got to win, too. You can't just be the nice person and get beat. You got to win at some level. But I love hearing that, And so this team just does everything right. They treat each other well. They love each other. They work like crazy. They prepare as well as anybody, and they're coachable. I couldn't ask for a better group. And so I know those things are going to be passed along. We're going to miss Marie like crazy, without a question. But others will step up because it will be their turn. And so everything that this group accomplished points towards a lot of success in the future and a lot more great times.
Congratulations again on a great run. How much time might you spend looking back at this game, perhaps maybe picking it apart, trying to figure out what went right, what went wrong, as you try to prepare for next season?
Yeah, how much do I want to torture myself? Yeah, yeah, I know. That's the thing every year, you know, unless you win the last game, there's some torture involved. And I think that's my responsibility, is to look back and say, okay, what could we have done different, you know, and how could we have gotten Marie a better position early, or calmed our nerves just a little bit, handled their stuff a little bit better? How could we have handled the third quarter better? You know, there's lots of things to look at, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, that's coaching. It never ends, you know, and so there's always something to be doing to get better, and so I'm excited, you know, to help this team improve. And when you get to this level, play a game like this, it's a blessing. You know, getting to play Connecticut in the Final Four a couple years ago, that opened our eyes to a level that we hadn't seen before, and that makes us better. So now we have this experience to make us better moving forward, and so we'll look back at it, as hard as it might be.
I know Marie getting in foul trouble obviously hurt there in the second half, but how much did Louisville's pressure defense and leading to some of those transition buckets, you know, was that just kind of a killer 1-2 blow there?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're best at. You know, they transition, I think 18% of the time, but they're as good as anybody in the country when they do get out. They're 135th in steals per game, you know, in the country, and so it means it's not the number one thing they do, but they're good at it. And when they get a steal, they're gone, you know. And when you've got players throughout your roster that can handle the ball like they do and attack the rim like they do, that's going to cause fouls to happen, and it's going to create a lot of momentum, you know, for them, and both those things really hurt us today.
Scott, on those same lines, if you could face this defense 2 days from now, if you had that tape to watch, do you think it would force you to change how you were trying to go at it, or just try and do what you do more cleanly? Well,
I liked what we did. I didn't like the way we executed it necessarily. I thought we were prepared. Somebody mentioned ball movement or movement away from the ball. I didn't feel like we saw the floor very clean today, and I think that's one of our strengths. You know, that's something we lead we're a leader in the nation in assists per game, in three-point shooting per game, and that's because we move the ball very crisp, typically on the outside, and from sideline to sideline. You know, today I just felt like we were a step slow in seeing that extra pass, especially early when there were some looks, and even when we did, sometimes we passed up shots, I thought. And so we just had a hard time getting comfortable. And against a team like this, they're going to create momentum, and now you're on your heels. You know, so I think if we had it to do over, I'm sure I'd change things, of course. You know, in some ways, but I don't have that luxury. You know, and so that's goes along with his question, and you know, we'll look back and see what we could do differently and get better for the future.
As you scouted for this game and prepared, did you expect that their quickness would be as much a factor as it was, and how did you try to neutralize that?
Yes, we did, and there's only, you know, you can't burn your legs in practice, but this team is a different speed, and they attack off the bounce at a different level than most teams. The team that we saw that was most similar to them was USC, to be honest. That's the team in our conference that I felt was a tournament team. They didn't get in, but they had the ability to take you throughout their roster, 1 through 4 on the outside to the rim, and ran weave action, you know, a lot like Louisville. And with them, you really need to work on gap containment, keeping the ball in front of you. Every time they drove the ball, it hurt us today. We didn't foul them all the time, but they created easy opportunities inside, you know, when they got to the rim or they finished. And, you know, so had we had another day to prepare, or maybe if I felt like our legs could have taken it, it would have been nice to get some live reps against that. But every time they put it on the floor, it hurt us, it felt like today. And so I thought that was a huge part of the game. We talked about the speed. I mean, that's the last thing I said to the team. I gotta remember how fast this is gonna come at you offensively. Be ready. It's the last thing I said before the tip. You know, hopefully I didn't get in their head. But it's the facts. It's true. I go, Asia's gonna come off screens like you haven't seen yet. You know, and she's like Jordan Canada coming off screens out from underneath the basket. She can go either way. She sets it up well. She's going to come off an on-ball screen, and she's going to rise into her shot, and it's going to be you don't see it very often, and it hits that hard, and so they have several that are able to put the ball on the floor at, with just so much speed, and so tough to contain, and that's why they're really good. 36-2, I think.
Any further questions? Okay. Thank you so much,
All
Coach.
right. You bet.
Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you. I just want to say congrats to Louisville and wish them all the best in Columbus.
Go ahead and start with that. Okay. Okay.
You're
Microphones.
exactly
Oh,
right.
there we go. They're on. Are
As
they
you
on?
noticed, they're not on. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for the Louisville Women's Basketball Press Conference. We're joined at the podium today by head coach Jeff Walls and student athletes Maisha Hines-Allen, Asia Durr, and Sam Furing. Just a reminder to please raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll bring a microphone to you, and identify yourself and your media outlet prior to asking a question.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Do we make stat sheets?
We can probably get you one.
If I could get a full box, it'd be great because it just helps me. Thank you. Did
So
I have
we'll-
to name my affiliation?
Only if you want.
Okay. Start off?
Yep, you can go ahead.
Just first off, I just want to congratulate Scott and Oregon State. What a remarkable year they had. Very, very good basketball team, very well coached, first class. I had the opportunity to actually get to know Scott, as I said the other day, out at USA Basketball, and just really impressed with how he does things and what they do. So, unfortunately in this game, one team gets to be excited and one team it's tough. But there's no doubt in my mind that Oregon State will be back competing like he's built that a program into a very, very good ball club. And then, again, I always want to thank Tom Jurich. 11 years ago, whoever thought this would be possible? To be sitting here, going to our third Final Four in 11 years with a ball club that, when I was hired, it was like, I just want a program. I don't want a good team. I want a program that's going to compete on a national level, and gave us those resources to be able to go out and recruit and do that. And now we're sitting here with Maisha Hines-Allen being our senior, and we have not had one player who's finished 4 years and graduated from Louisville that's not played in the Final Four. I think a program that had never been to a Sweet 16 until 11 years ago can now say every player that's finished 4 years has had the opportunity to play in a Final Four. I think that's pretty impressive. And then to these young women here, I can't say enough about their character. It's the basketball stuff is there. That's great. It's their character. It's who they are. It's what they do off the floor. You can't be a great basketball team and have the results you want if you don't carry it over in your personal life. And we truly do have wonderful young women who are wonderful role models to my children, to Coach Purcell's children, and that means more to me than winning basketball games. When my daughters were out there in the yard and Lola tells me she's Lola Hines-Allen today, and Lucy, you're going to be Lucy Durr, and then she tells Mom, you're going to be the official, and Dad can still be the coach. It's the impact that they have on their lives that mean everything to me. So it's a wonderful experience to have the opportunity to get back to a Final Four again, but I want to thank them for being the people they are. That's all.
We'll now open it up for questions for the student athletes.
Asia, coming out of Douglasville, Georgia, right now you're the pride of metropolitan Atlanta. What would you like to say back to the fans back there in Atlanta, those who helped you when you were playing ball on that level there in high school, middle school, and others, and how they helped you get to this point, along with the coaching staff here, to help you get to where you are now?
Well, I don't know where to start, but I try to represent my hometown pretty well as a person and as a basketball player. Man, I go home. We just played Georgia Tech back in December, and I mean, the place was just crazy. My fans, my family, my friends, I mean, they were just unbelievable, and I just want to thank them so much. I mean, they've been with me since I was like in the 6th grade up until high school at St. Pius. So, I mean, they would travel all across downtown just to come and see me play. I mean, that's pretty crazy, and I truly thank them. This isn't just about me and my teammates. It's about, our fans and our family, our coaching staff. I mean, without them, we can't do it.
Gary Graves, Associated Press. Maisha, you could talk about the adjustment in the third or at halftime that resulted in the third quarter. I think you all outscored them 28-12 and really just took control of the tempo in the game at that point.
Yeah, we knew we were going to have to win the game on the defensive end. If we were able to get stops and go in transition, we were going to be confident. Our shots were falling in the second half, and I mean, it all came down to defense on the defensive end. If we wanted to win, we had to stop them. They're phenomenal at shooting threes. They have a great post player, so it was going to come down to, if you guys want to win, if you want to go to the Final Four, we have to get stops.
Tim Sullivan, Courier-Journal for Asia. The Oregon State coach a few minutes ago came in and said that the last thing he told his team was, remember how fast Louisville comes at you. And it appeared that they didn't really adjust to the speed that you play. Can you tell early in a game if a team is just going to be back on its heels and it's going to turn into a game like today?
Right. I mean, I think we pay attention to every play, especially in the first quarter, first 2-3 minutes of the game. We could definitely tell, how they're going to play, how they're going to guard us. So we definitely try to play at fast pace. We try to push the ball up the floor. We have great posts who know how to run. I mean, everybody runs on the team. So I think we did a great job of doing that again today. That was huge. We love to sprint the ball up the floor, pass the ball up the floor. So that's pretty much what we try to do.
Steve Bittenbender, Eugene Register Guard. Sam, 2 days ago, Marie Gulich basically carries Oregon State on both sides of the court and leading them over number 2 Baylor. What was your job and what was your job today in guarding her, and what was your mindset in going up against her to keep her from doing that again?
For me, it was to limit her touches and to keep her off the boards. She's a big girl, so I mean, she got like 3 inches on me, 2 inches. So I gotta use my strength to keep her off the boards. But I feel like I did a pretty good job. She's got really good footwork, and she had a lot of moves, but I kept moving my feet, and I think that helped the team today.
Just a question for all three of you. You scored 24 points off turnovers. They scored 0. You only had 3 turnovers. What made this the kind of game where you only committed 3 turnovers? Maisha, you can start.
I mean, we took care of the ball. We took shots that we normally take. We weren't forcing anything. So, I mean, that's why we were so good, I think, defensively too, and offensively, because we didn't turn over the ball. We didn't turn the ball over. We cherished every possession that we had.
I mean, I would say the same thing as Mike. Anytime you take care of the ball, you get more shots. So I think that was key. Last game we turned the ball over, I think, 9 times in the first half. So Coach Walls was really talking to us about that. You can't, turn the ball over 9 times in the first half, which is not good. So coming into this game, we were trying to, take care of the ball more, so we'll be able to get more shots.
Yeah, I feel like we took care of the ball, and towards the end of the game, we used the time. For us, we did our pace, and at the end of the shot clock, we just shot, and it went down.
CardinalSportsZone.com. Maisha, you had 3 rebounds today. Was that a testament to them keeping you off the glass, or was it because your teammates were also making big rebounds?
I think it was my teammates. We had a lot of people. I mean, I think we out-rebounded them too. So everyone was getting rebounds. But, I mean, yeah, my teammates, they did a good job rebounding the ball.
They
That's
boxed out well, too.
Yeah.
They hit me hard on box outs.
Yeah.
So they boxed out well.
Danielle Lerner, Courier-Journal. Maisha, when you got here as a freshman, you've played in 3 NCAA tournaments before, never got this far, and when you got here, they were coming off of 2 years before a Final Four. How do you see the program build to this moment, to where you are right now?
Well, the program was already built. So it was basically, when I came in my freshman year, we had 5 seniors. So it's basically, if you want to be successful, if you want to keep this program afloat, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what the people behind you already done, and that's play hard, play Louisville ball. And I feel like I mean, it's just me left in AC, but I feel like we've done that, and we've gotten great people in here to help us out with that, and they've bought into what Louisville basketball is and what Coach Walsh is wanting. So, I mean, that's why we're so successful, and we're here.
Question for Sam. In that first quarter, you all rotated a bunch of people on Gulich and really just kind of frustrated her. How much of that was, just like seeing something that maybe just putting smaller players, just rotating people off of her might frustrate her?
I mean, we were just taught that as long as we play hard defense, that she may not be able to get a shot off. Jazz did a really good job of getting under her. They overthrew the lob. Maisha helped inside because we knew that if it got to her in the game, it could have been a close game. But I feel like we rotated well, we played hard, and that's how we stopped her.
Maisha, since you played UConn, this team has gone on a pretty dominant run. What has changed since then, and how much better prepared would you be for an encore performance against them?
Yeah, well, first, before we even get to UConn, we have to play either Mississippi State or UCLA. So that's our first focus. It's not getting ahead. It's not jumping ahead or anything like that. It's one game at a time. But, I mean, once you play UConn, you see how they play. They're a great team. They're a dynasty. So, I mean, you see what the coaches want from them. You see how they perform. You see how they run the floor every time. They rebound the ball really well, and they run their plays. So, I mean, once you're able to, like, play against that, and you're in a game with them too, you know that you're capable of doing it too. And I think that after that game, it boosted a lot of our confidence up because we didn't know where we were standing. And, I mean, that's a high team. So, I mean, when you get to play them, you can see where you rank with them.
For any of you, if you could talk about just Erica Carter and her ability to run this team and the job she's done as the season has gone on.
I mean, I can start that off because me and AC came in together as freshmen, and AC has came a long, long way.
Surprising she's still here.
I know. Me and her laugh about it all the time. Her freshman year was hard. Coach Walsh got on her a lot, but he knew that she can be great and she can do the things that she's doing now. So, I mean, and then the fact that she sat out last year too, and she learned all the plays. She knew what to do. She was coaching people on the sidelines. So AC is just a coach at heart. Like, she knows the game. She knows what she has to do in order for this team to be successful. And I'm just happy that the team is doing so well because it's a testimony to her because she's a big part of it. You know, me, Asia, and Sam too, we get a lot of credit for a lot of things, but AC is the one who runs the team and makes sure everyone's in their right spots and knows what we have to do. So, it's a credit to her. I think that was it for that one.
Drops the mic. She got one.
Danielle Lerner with Career Journal. Gotcha.
Thanks for the intro. For all three of you, when you're not in the game, when especially at the end, when you're out and it's becoming apparent that you guys are probably going to win. What's going through your minds in that moment, and what little things about the game are you still noticing? Are you just kind of exhausted at that point?
Well, you try to soak it all in, but then again, you're still cheering on your teammates because the game's not over yet. So, I mean, we could still score, still get stops. You still want to pay attention to the game. But, I mean, I think at that point, like, everybody was definitely, like, truly excited. So, that's basically it.
Same. Any further questions for the student athletes? Okay, the student athletes will be dismissed to the locker room at this time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys can take that with you. Just don't drop it. We know what you do.
Obviously, a lot of people know about the job Maisha and Asia have done throughout the season. but Sam's development this year has really been key to you guys. And how big was she tonight, not just offensively but defensively, to go up against Gulich?
No, Sam was outstanding, and you just can't even start with Sam. You've got all of them. Jasmine Jones, she scores 4 points, and that's all. If you look at stats, you're like, oh, she only got 4 tonight. But defensively, she was everywhere. I go back and look at the stats. They were 5 of 13 from 3. We held them to 5 3-pointers. They're averaging 8 to 9 a game. But Sam, she's not afraid of contact. She holds her own. She doesn't keep backing down. And that's the thing when we watch him on film. Gulich is a fantastic post player. I'm so impressed with her. And she does a great job of getting low post position. And we just kept telling him, you can't keep backing up. You've got to hold your ground or she'll dominate you. And Sam did a great job of holding her ground. Then it made her shoot over Sam instead of around her. Starting that third quarter, she scored back-to-back buckets because she got Sam on the top side. And then all she did was shoot it around her. And we're like, Sam, she's got to shoot over you. You got to make her shoot over you. And then we made that adjustment, and then Sam was fantastic.
Coach Oscar Woodall, Haywood Media, WATB Radio. Speaking in metaphoric terms, having my fair share of long road trips, you've arrived in Columbus. It's been a long journey starting from the preseason up until this point. How do you keep the girls from having a sense of accomplishment, meaning that, yes, we've made it to Columbus, but we have yet to win the game? We're not in the house, but we are in the city.
Well, they're quite aware of that. I mean, this is the whole tournament. I mean, our goal is to be able to come out and compete for a national championship, but we knew you can't do that if you don't get to a Final Four. Now we've got a 4-team tournament. It's our third one in 3 weeks, and they'll be dialed in and ready to go. There's no question about it. So we're just, our kids have taken it game by game, and that's what we're going to do. We're not worried about anything else but this game tonight. We'll sit there and watch this game tonight, figure out who we're going to play, and then start preparing on Tuesday.
CardinalSportsZone.com. This is kind of a general question about women's basketball as a whole. I've seen a number of articles come out recently about UConn being bad for women's basketball. As a team who has competed against them once this year, and then it used to be year in and year out in the Big East, how would you respond to that? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I got distracted. You asked me what? I apologize. It's fine. A number of articles have come out recently about UConn being bad for women's basketball. How would you respond to that? Oh, no, it's not bad for women's basketball. I guess when Alabama beats somebody 66-3, it's bad for college football. God forbid if they go beat somebody 70-21, should they quit college football because Alabama's dominating people? I look at it as more of, if you can't be impressed and admire what they do year in and year out, shame on you. If you want to sit there and write an article saying it's bad for basketball, maybe you're bad for what you do. I mean, because God forbid, if you can't appreciate greatness, then shame on you. I mean, maybe the people that write these articles suck at their job, so they want to try to crack on somebody else. That's my 2 cents. I mean, damn. Like, you know how hard it is? I mean, we're sitting there, and Steph Norman and I have been here for 11 years, and we're going to our 3rd Final Four in 11 seasons. And I'm telling you, that's the damn hardest shit I've ever been through. I sat there and told Steph before the game started, imagine, UConn every year for like 15 years, I think they've been at 15, whatever, it's been in a row. Their season doesn't end until April the 3rd, April the 4th, just about every year. Like, it's exhausting. I mean, I told a friend that, when we're finished, when it's all finished, I hope it's not until next Sunday, that my goal is to sit in bed for about 4 days and watch reruns of Law and Order, SVU. I mean, I'm physically exhausted because the amount of preparation you put into all of this. It's not you just show up for the game and roll the ball out and go. So what Gino's done, I think is amazing. I don't think it's bad for anything. I watch it. I watch him play and admire it. Our goal is to hopefully get there at one point in time. That's what everybody's trying to do. So yeah, so whoever writes that needs to look at themselves and see if they suck at their job, because I think they do. Sorry about that.
Jeff, over here.
Yes.
First, condolences on the Powerball.
Thank you.
Secondly,
It was 4 numbers off. It was right there.
darn. Given when Scott was in here, he was talking about that you play at a different speed than they see. Looking at the scouting report and the film, did you anticipate you'd be able to turn them over as much as you did, and did you force the pace maybe a little faster than you normally do?
We tried to force the pace. We tried to force the pace against Stanford in the Sweet 16 game. I thought that game personally was decided in the first 6.5 minutes, our Stanford game, not because of the score, but because of the tempo of the game that we had it going at. There was not immediate timeout, I don't think, until 3:40 to go in the first quarter. So we had that thing going at the pace that we wanted, and I thought it wore them down as the game went on. Today, we were going to try to push in transition as much as we could, but at the same time not take a bad shot. We took one or two forced shots in that first quarter because we were excited. Like Sam missed a reverse layup. She never misses. She drove from the high post and missed a layup. Sam never misses that. But they were so excited. But I like the tempo. All we've been working on offensively is tempo. Get the ball going down the floor. Tempo. Make them chase you. Offensively, if you can make a defensive person chase you, then you're going to have an opportunity to get the advantage. And that's what I thought we did. And there were points in the first half when they switched to zone that I was getting on AC and Dana. You got to get the ball off the floor. We got to get tempo, get it moving, instead of just walking it up and then trying to run a set. And I thought we did a really good job of that. You know, we go 5 of 17 the first quarter. We weren't great, but we got good shots. At halftime, what I told the kids was, you know, it's a 9-point game or whatever it was at half, 7. I said, I love the tempo. We missed open shots. If you go back and watch the first half, we missed open shots. I thought we made them earn every basket they got. You know, we challenged them. Now, they hit the 3 threes. Corusdale, I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. You know, she hits 3 threes in the first half and gets nothing in the second because we made an adjustment on that. But everything they got, they earned, which is what our goal was.
Coaches don't like to compare. I mean, coaches have sustained success, don't like to compare one good year versus another. But what is the most rewarding thing about this year's team and going to the Final Four, maybe compared to the past?
It's getting these young women the opportunity to experience it. You know, as a coach, I was fortunate enough as an assistant coach at Maryland to win a national championship in 2006. We get back in 2009 and 2013. It's the coaching side of it. I tell my players all the time, I push them as hard as I push them because I want them to have the opportunity to experience this. As a player, it's 10 times better than as a coach. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but as a player, you have control over everything out there. And I want them to have that opportunity to experience what it feels like. I mean, it's a whole new thing. You get the opportunity to go to the Final Four. Everything that comes with that is awesome. And I've told him the past 2 times, soak up every second of it. You know, in 2006, when we went at Maryland, I had a good friend, Lyndon Weiss from Texas Tech, and Roger Redding, who were assistants at Tech when they won the national championship. They called me and said, soak in every second of it. Go to every party that the coaches offer because it'll be maybe the only time that everybody buys you a drink. They're like, maximize it, soak it in. Basketball's basketball. You can watch all the film you want. We're 38 games into it. We're good at what we're good at. We're bad at what we're bad at. You're not going to change it. So I'm going to tell the players the same thing. We're going to enjoy it. I mean, I'm going to let them enjoy this experience. Now, when we practice, we practice. But it's not going to be one you're locked in the room, we got to do this. No, we're going to do our work. We're going to be ready to play. But I want them to experience it. And I'll forever be grateful to Lyndon and Roger for that advice because you don't know when you're getting back. It's not as easy, as I said, it's not as easy as UConn makes it out to seem. You know, it's a lot of hard work. So to have the opportunity to get back, I want them to enjoy this, and then let's see if we can't go out and win 2 games.
You've already alluded to the fans and how much difference they made. They basically painted this place red today. Just go a little further about this.
No,
fan support.
It was great. Our fans are wonderful. To get close to 6,200 to come down and be a part of this is amazing. Our players, as I've said it all along, I mean, we're forever grateful to our fan base. We don't ever take them for granted. That's why we sign autographs after every home game, win or lose. As I've always said, it's easy when you win. It's not much fun after you lose. But it was an awesome venue today. I mean, they were loud, they were excited, and it was just it's a tribute to the fan base that we have, not just for women's basketball, but the University of Louisville in general.
Just curious, Jeff, when you win these regionals, I mean, do you have a collection of nets in your office from things like that? Do you just let the players have them?
I let the players enjoy it. Now, we'll put the trophy out in our lobby or something like that. But it's a great feeling. I mean, again, everybody laughs, and I'm telling you, Tim, it's the truth. Like, I'll sleep well tonight. I would have slept well tonight if we hadn't won. Like we come out here and we compete. We get everything we have. I'm going to go home, and my 4.5-year-old and 2.5-year-old, all they're going to talk about is the confetti on the floor. That's all they care about. They had no idea. That's, to them, if we win, there's confetti on the floor that I get to play on. That's it.
Yeah. It's a follow-up. I mean, how sentimental do you get with celebrations like that and keeping little mementos like the net and that kind of thing?
We'll sit there and keep it in the office, in our lobby when you walk in as a talking piece. But it's not something I put under my pillow. It's nothing like that. I mean, believe me, it's a wonderful experience. I'm not trying to downplay it at all because it's a remarkable experience. But it's something that we enjoy, we'll celebrate, and then we've got to get prepared for the next one.
Earlier about building a program. Is the national championship really the only missing piece now for this? I mean, is this program where you want it to be?
Well, I mean, a national championship would be fantastic. That's why you play this, is to hopefully make a big run in March. But I'm not going to be defined. Our program's not going to be defined. Oh, it was a bad 20 years, 15, 16 years because they never won a national championship. That's not what it's all about. It's about, the consistency of what you're able to do year in and year out. Because I've said it all along. Come March, I'll start that over. I've said, and I truly believe, automatic bids for the NCAA tournament should come from conference regular season championships. And then you play the conference tournament to see if you can't figure out a way to get a few more wins to get in. Because the hardest thing is to win your conference regular season. Because it's 16 games, 18 games. You have one slip up, you might lose the league. Come March, it's one game. It's like, okay, I got to be ready to play well on Friday night. We did. Now I've got to be ready to play well on Sunday. And then you move on. So you've got to be able to sit here and come out every single night, enjoy what you're doing, but hopefully we can win a national championship. But I'll never define what we do by one trophy.
There was a play late in the third quarter where Maisha tipped a pass at half court, did a little 1-2 with AC, and then dumped it off to Sam for the layup. And I saw you over there on the sideline pumping your fist, and Maisha kind of went crazy. Are those kinds of moments, like those big plays, do you remember those years down the line, or are those kind of things that get overtaken by the larger scheme of things?
I'll be honest with you. This is, and it's the honest truth. The games, you remember some of the games, but like you go back, I think it was in 13. What I remember from that year is when we got stuck down in Clemson because the flight was delayed because of weather, and Adrian Johnson imitated every player and every staff member. And it was great until you came along, until, oh, God, this is me, because she does a fantastic job. Those are the things that you remember when it's all said and done. And I talk to him about it all the time. You'll remember some games. You remember the memories that are made off the court, because that's what you constantly go back and talk about. And that's what's made this year so special, is just how these players are with my children. I mean, it's remarkable. And you'll remember some of the game moments, but I promise you, it's a lot of the stuff off the floor. Oh, that's right now. I couldn't even tell you right now. I'm going 90 miles an hour in every direction. I'm not stuttering much, so I just keep talking.
Jeff, you made a point in your opening remarks of thanking Tom Jurich. Have you had any communication with him since he was let go?
You know what? I've sat there and exchanged a text message or so with him. Just to, I've sent it out to him just to thank him. I wrote him a note because I think it's important. I'm not naive enough to sit here and think without Tom I'd be sitting where I am. So it's okay to give credit where credit is due. And Christine Herring and Vince have done a wonderful job. Christine has been with me, I think it's been 5 years now, is my SWA, and she's been fantastic. Vince came in, and Vince has done a great job of keeping this thing going. So, I'd like to reach out and talk to Tom, but I'm not sure how this stuff all goes with what I'm allowed to do and what I can't. But there's no question that he is a big part of this, and he has a stamp on it.
Any further questions?
Thank you, everybody. You all are fantastic.
Thank you.